Radio.
They're coming.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
Hello, podcast listeners. It is Leno and Jess. Leno sounds a little bit different. He sounds a little bit like Jess this morning.
Oh.
We're changing things up.
Did we swap roles?
We're doing things differently. I said, Leno, for months now, you've done the start of it. Give me a chance to shine.
You're welcome.
And here we are.
And you were shining, Jess.
I'm absolutely... Look, a shooting star just went across the sky and it looks a lot like my face. Coming up this episode, guys, we are talking space-ghetti. We are heading to Muswellbrook next Thursday and we are finally launching Big John Spaghetti into space. We've got a call from the Mayor of Muswellbrook coming through. Apparently it is the talk of the town.
How good.
We know it's the talk of the town in Sydney because Seb from Leichhardt hit us up on the DMs and he said, give us a shout out. I'm a big potty listener and I'm loving space-ghetti and I want to get a can of it. So Seb, there's one coming your way if we work out how to produce it.
If we work out how to can them, yes. And keep your shout-outs coming on the Fitzy and Whipper Instagram account, at Fitzy and Whipper. DM us there. And it is a Friday episode today, Jess, so all the usuals. We've got Riddle Time, and we are going to recap the week that was.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Dad's recipe for his famous tomato spaghetti.
I'm a fan.
9 out of 10 for me.
That's some good results.
You gotta take us into space.
3, 2, 1. You've got to launch it up to the edge of space.
I don't think anybody's launched a bowl of spaghetti into space. This is great.
Just a matter of getting that spaghetti on that launch pad. Next Thursday, we're launching in Muswellbrook.
This is 15 kilometres higher than a plane flies. And they said to us at the start of the year, you got any ideas? I didn't think we'd be sending spaghetti into space, mate. Fitzy went for doing the space race. This is unbelievable. You know what? I didn't realise there were so many space songs too, but I tell you what, they make a great intro, don't they? To Major John.
I mean, if it all goes, if it unfortunately fails,
Yeah.
we've always got that opener, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
To huddle around,
If nothing
like
else.
a nice warm bonfire.
Yep.
Someone gets the guitar out.
Did you say
And we-
bonfire or bonfire?
Bonfire.
Could be
Okay, good.
either.
Don't explode
What
it.
happens if it's super windy?
Great question,
How
Sarah.
do wind balloons?
yeah.
How do they handle wind?
At this
weather
stage, we're not throwing in hypothetical obstacles.
Yeah.
We're trying to remain positive.
But are they solid? Sorry, I don't know.
Look, go ahead
a
with your
weather
question.
Balloon. Like, is it a solid
It's a
enough
huge, huge balloon.
And
not like hot air balloon size?
No. You know when you see a shark fisherman and he might use a balloon to see when his bait's been taken? Ever seen that?
No, mate.
They have
I
a
haven't.
huge balloon on the water when the shark takes
I
the
don't know
bait.
what you think I do after 9, but it ain't that.
I'll send you some shark
Thanks.
is
videos.
it actually going up into space as well? Because remember Elon had a go at Richard Branson and said you didn't go up high enough.
Yeah, we're going into space.
Oh,
25 kilometres high. Who would have thought? I mean, if you need to launch a product, and even last night, I had the spaghetti for dinner again, cold. And it's as good as cold pizza. You know, when you eat it the next day and you go, you know what? I'd consider the argument it's better cold than
Yeah,
warm.
That's pizza.
Speaking of making John's famous tomato space-ghetti, the one of our listeners, Joanne,
Yeah.
and I'll show you guys a video here on our in the studio, but Joanne made it for her kids last night.
Puppies, does it taste nice?
Oh, well, that was a yes. Well, Snitch, you've got the wrong bit, because at the end of the video, the daughter says it's beautiful.
Okay, well, that was the part we were looking for, not a mouthful of
Snitch, you've
moaning.
rushed it there. And
Yeah, Snitch, you're better than that,
there's
mate.
the ad for the television.
No, that's not what we want. Matt Preston says it's out of this world, and it certainly will be. I can't believe this. We will be launching this spaghetti into space, Big John's tomato spaghetti from Muswellbrook next Thursday. Tom, I am going to plant something in your mind. It's not great radio when we do a countdown. And Fitz, you suggested maybe Big John, my dad, who won't come on the radio, maybe he could at least give us the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
yes.
Not too much to ask. I will put that to him. But it's not great radio when we stand there and watch a balloon float up.
Oh, because it doesn't have the sound of the rockets that you would with
No,
with a proper
no,
rocket.
there's no takeoff, Tom. It's kind of a let go instead of a takeoff.
Okay,
We
what
need
do
some entertainment.
you want some?
I want an artist.
Someone from Muswellbrook? Like, is that sort of you
Biggest artist you can find that you think could fill the early stages of a launch.
Could we get the Elton John?
Oh, Elton Jack,
The
impersonator.
Just sing Rocket Man.
Jack to sing this song, Rocket Man. Well, we had Elton Jack. Do you have a grab of when Elton Jack did come in, Leno?
Is he the one that put a line through us?
Yeah.
Me and Susie had so much
He
fun.
was good.
So similar.
Holding hands, skimming stones. Had an old gonna shave it.
Place of my own.
He was better than Bruno Mars, wasn't
he wasn't anything like Bruno Mars.
They were both good.
I couldn't
in
tell the
their own-
difference.
in their own way. But it's okay, I can put in a request for
That's
Elton
not bad.
Jack.
And if we're stuck on accommodation, maybe Elton Jack could hook up in Sarah's room. He could stay there.
Well, I don't.
I mean, he could do top to toe with you before he bunks in with
Be too
me.
weird. He had a wig on. Okay. So if you can do that,
Mission accepted,
thank you.
Captain.
Not accomplished. Accepted.
Okay, mission accepted.
Go ahead.
Caller.
Caller on the line now. A huge fan of the program. Steve Reynolds. Hang on a minute. He's the Muswellbrook Mayor. Steve, welcome to the
How you
Fitzy and
going?
Whipper Show.
Very good, mate. How are you guys going?
How long have you been the Muswellbrook Mayor for?
A month.
A month?
This will get you re-elected.
Well,
nothing to worry about now. We're on board.
Well, if we're coming up next Thursday, you've only got a week left, Steve.
The competition has raised, guys. I mean, you guys really put your money where your mouth is with this one.
Steve, we're not here to muck around. This is exciting. I want to know, first off, if there's been any talk around the town about the launch and the tomato spaghetti.
Mate, 100%. I went to the supermarkets last night to buy some bay leaves, and we're sold out here as well.
See what I mean? You see what I mean?
Steve, what's the last big event you had in Muswellbrook? I mean, I know it's been a tough couple of years for everyone, but what's been the huge event that you've had?
We've had some festivals, mate, some Devon Food and Wine Festival, etc. So that racked in about 3,000, 4,000 people. So
You won't be getting that.
So is there like a Muswellbrook muster or something? Or?
Not at the moment. There isn't. There's one in the pipeline, but yeah, this is pretty big for Muswellbrook. It's going to be, everyone's talking about the BJASA, the Big John's Aeronautics and Space Administration Centre.
Wow. Jaffa. That's good. Yeah. Hey, Steve, what, in terms of pubs there, I mean, where does everybody go? What's the name of the local?
Oh, there's a few, mate. There's the Royal, the Railway, Eaton's Hotel. So, yeah, I'm sure we can accommodate you somewhere there. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be plenty of celebration drinks afterwards for Fitzy. So, I mean, you've taken credit, Whipper, but I'll tell you what, you've got a good wingman there. But
You reckon?
He's also been the talk of the town. So,
Yeah.
Well,
you don't have any other 6'6" bald men in here. No failed footballers or Big Brother contestants.
Where's the best schnitzel? Because I tell you what, I'll be sick of eating spaghetti, that's for sure, Steve.
well, I wouldn't mind trying some of this spaghetti. So I'll switch you a schnitzel from the local and take on some of this spaghetti.
Steve, you know what? We will email your local pubs there the ingredients, and before launch, so Wednesday night, they could make it for everyone.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Look, guys, I think he's onto a winner. So I never thought I'd be speaking to two guys in the category of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. So.
Fitzy Whipper, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk.
Hey, most famous celebrity to come out of Muswellbrook, Steve?
Most famous celebrity? There's been plenty of them. I'm trying to think of your time. Brooke Boney.
Yeah, we love Brooke.
It's Brooke from Muswellbrook.
Brooks from Muswellbrook. I actually used to walk to school with Brooke, so there you go.
It's a pretty lazy name then.
So you obviously got her to help you out getting over the line with the mayor, Steve, obviously, to promote.
Oh, there's plenty of family of hers up here, let's just say that. So.
All right, well, they'll be gathering around for launch.
All
This is
right.
big. This is big,
Thank
Steve.
you, Steve. Can't wait to see you next week.
No problem, guys. Looking forward to it.
See you, Stevie. As of Monday, Tom.
Yes. I'll have
You're
a
on
music,
entertainment.
Yeah, music act will be locked in.
Okay, looking forward to that. Any ideas off the top of your head besides Elton Jack?
Mainly at this stage.
Guy Sebastian's?
No, it's too far for a try. Mainly at this stage, probably Elton Jack, I think. Yeah. I think he's probably where I'd...
Makes sense.
I mean, I'll call
with the
him
Rocket Man
first, I
stuff.
guess. Is
Leno's not too bad on the guitar either.
No, he's got to stay here at Mission Control and Panel, mate.
What's the budget?
Zero at this stage, just because of the Hot Wheels a couple of years ago. Entertainment signed off by Monday.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to What If It.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Now, I tell you what, the dating game has just stepped up another level.
Why?
And
What's happened?
You've just got to be on the lookout because this is what's happening.
Mr. Burgess revealed foreign spies are now using dating apps such as Tinder, Bumble and Hinge to extract sensitive information from potential victims.
What a minefield.
Isn't that amazing? So this is...
What's an example?
Well, I want you guys to think about this morning because I think everyone in their lifetime, their dating lifetime, they get one opportunity to date or even to hook up with a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
We've
guys
all been
think
there.
about
Oh,
who
sorry.
your 10 out of 10 was.
Tommy hasn't, but we've all been there.
And I'm going to come back and ask you, because when I'm talking about 10 out of 10...
My wife. Sorry, I jumped in early.
No, not yet, because this is... who was this? This was Central Intelligence... Chair of Intelligence Committee Sean Patterson talking about these spies trying to get people in the government.
Remember that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. If you're a 6 and they're a 10, it might not be your looks that they've been charmed by. It might be your access to classified information.
This is it. Awesome. So this is what we like. If you're a 6 out of 10, and let me tell you, anyone who's working at the government, there's not too many 6s. They're all 6 and under, I would say. But
No, there's a regular 3 to 4 rolling around.
Sarah, give me 1 over 6 out of 10
in the government.
In the government.
Oh, come on! You don't get into politics for your looks.
Christina Keneally, I think, is very pretty.
Yes, fair enough. Yep,
Yeah.
she's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this is the thing: if you're on Bumble or Tinder or Hinge or Gutter or whatever you're on, and you see a 10 out of 10, and you think to yourself that could be a spy, you're still going for it.
Yeah, you are. Because if you can match with it and they like you back, you're going to think, oh my God, this is something that doesn't happen to me every day.
No.
So I will chase this down a rabbit hole.
Because the one for me was at St. Pat's here in Sydney.
Here we go.
And I remember I had the group of friends I was with, there was a couple of really good-looking guys in there. And there was a girl on the dance floor.
Go on.
And her name was Megan. And I remember everyone was looking at her all night.
Megan Gale.
Right, no, it wasn't. And I went over to the boys and I said, right, God, she's unbelievable. And they were doing some hard yards back and forth, trying to talk to her, all this kind of stuff. And they said I went over and I said, okay, so who's she got her eye on?
Yeah.
Thinking it was going to be one of the big staff or one of the boys. And they go, mate, it's you. She likes you.
She told the other guys.
And then there was this moment, she told them, I really like that guy there. And then there was
She
this
must have
moment
been a
where
spy.
it was like everybody in the room had left and it was just me and her looking at each other. And I had to step up.
What did you do?
Well, we went. I did the whole thing. I got too drunk at the end of the night, and I said to her, I said to her, you know what? It's really hot in here. Do you want to go for a walk?
Hot.
Yeah, which was a great idea because St. Pat's was right in the heart of the city, and we walked up to Hyde Park.
Great.
Had a bit of a pash, and that was my 10 out of 10.
Geez, she must have.
My wife.
She must have trusted you walking through Hyde Park at night with a stranger. No thanks.
She was definitely a spy, took you to a dark area and got all your details.
Tom, who was your 10 out of 10? What was his name?
Jump in with besides your wife. And you can't mention your sports teacher.
It was it was at the Melbourne Cup. And her name, I think her name was Liz, and she had on beautiful polka dot dress, and I still remember.
Smiley.
No, it wasn't.
No?
I shouldn't
Liz
remember.
Hayes.
What happened?
Well, no, we both had far too much Australian sparkling, and
What's the wrong marquee?
No, but we did have a big kiss. And I don't remember much of the horse race. Let's just say that.
There was only
10 out of 10.
one stallion in the mounting yard that day, Tom, wasn't there? You wild Brumby.
I got put down.
Say 10 out of 10.
I think it's a bit different for women. I guess.
You can't bring DeGroot into it.
Come on, give us one name.
I honestly, we've all joked, but I think I married my 10 out of 10.
Oh,
I did, though. He is the hottest guy I've ever been with. There was a guy at school. I was at uni, and we'd gone through school. He was a year above me at a nearby school.
Go on.
And he had like longish, luscious hair that was sort of curly. And, he was just really.
What was his name?
Simon.
Because I heard on your podcast yesterday you were making bongs out of apples. Is that right?
Oh, no.
Whoa! That part has been edited, but you went real public with it.
Is this the guy that you were hooking up with?
That ran over me in the car in Bathurst. No, he's now doing time.
Yeah, he's doing 10 himself.
Yeah,
He's a 10.
my jumper got caught on the
10-year.
door. Suddenly I'm under the car. No, do the lap and mount pan. I'm all good.
Yeah, he's doing a hard 10.
Yeah, I'm so regretful for telling you that story. Whipper,
Well,
kind of
let me get into it and then we'll fire off a song and we won't have time for it.
Sorry, mate, we do not have time. No.
Anyway, so I'm sitting at a bar, right? And I see this girl and she's just staring at me and I'm like, oh. Let's talk about Monkey Forest. I don't know anything about Monkey Forest, and I'm learning about it, which is fantastic. Monkey Forest is home to 140 different type of endangered monkey species.
Where is this?
Where are we? Oh, let me go to the top of the article.
It's not here in Australia.
No, it's not here in Australia. God, first 4 sentences doesn't even give the location. Let's not worry about that because there's a more interesting part. Monkey season, the breeding season for monkeys, is a very tender time of the year. These monkeys are all endangered, as I mentioned, so breeding season is really, really important. It's crucial. You got to make sure you create the perfect environment for these monkeys to get it on.
It's not like pandas, is it? Pandas only get 2 days a year,
isn't it?
To breed.
Yeah.
And that's why Wang Wang and Funi at the Adelaide Zoo, and they just cannot get it on.
Can they give them enhancing drugs?
I think so, Sarah.
Yeah.
But, you got to put the right music on, like Acraze and Cherish.
Yeah, sure. Just to get them pumping. I mean, you do that with horses. I know that you give the female
a leg up.
You give the female.
You give the stallion a leg up, don't you? You help him out.
Yeah, you help him out, but you also put estrogen. So you pump estrogen into the female horse, which keeps her on heat, and then the stallion comes in, and that's how you do the collection.
Yeah, and they actually help the stallion.
Yeah, they do. So what
do you mean, like physically lift him up?
Physically, there's someone.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I've never seen horses. I have now that I'm really thinking about it, how they would procreate.
What you have to do, like if this is a collection, right?
What do you mean by collection?
A semen collection for breeding, right?
Yep.
You have to physically grab the member of the stallion and shove it into an artificial vagina.
Yep.
The artificial vagina has a lining of warm water in it to the exact temperature of the natural horse vagina.
You need some lessons from Chris Brown on how to tell this stuff delicately.
I'll head off now.
What? Hang on. Why don't the horses do it together? Why do you need to be involved?
This is just a breeding program. If it's a collection, then that's what you need to do. They'll just mount themselves in the paddock, like rock on. But if you need the female horse,
and what then you inseminate
primed,
the female?
Yeah, or put a cellar or do whatever you want with it. I saw a mate do it to Don Burke's horse once. It was really weird.
What?
Yeah.
And it wasn't on Don Burke, was it? Because I've always wondered if that's your job. What are you putting down on your incoming passenger card when you come back to Australia?
Catcher.
in your occupation?
Collector,
sir.
Collector.
But then they would go,
butterflies or
stamps?
No, don't ask, mate.
Yeah, what's that on your shoulder? I've just come from work. Yeah.
To get the monkeys in the
hair standing up. Something about Mary. It's a great.
Yeah, my mum makes that joke and it makes me sick. To get the monkeys in the mood, they've hired a Marvin Gaye impersonator to turn up, and you can see the impersonator standing there in a white suit next to a monkey, and he's singing. Yeah, he's got a microphone, he's got an amp, and he's just performing for the monkeys.
When did karaoke ever put you in the mood? That's what he sounds like.
I mean, let's jump into it pretty quickly here, guys. What is the song that you think can really help out if there's a moment? Like, do you put on music to get into the mood? Remember I told you I had a playlist when I lived with Gary, it was called Moments. And if you threw on Moments, it did 90% of the work.
Oh, what, between you two?
No, not between. No, I'm
There's
not
so
saying
much
between.
that's wrong about your friendship.
There's nothing. No, not Gary and I, but if I knew Gary was inviting a girl back to the house,
Which he never would because he didn't.
my God, he was a
women
busy
before
boy. The
me.
rotating door of Gary, and I would put Moments on, and I'd go to bed, and so I'll leave it to him.
Andre Rieu.
You can have the leather couch tonight, mate.
Bocelli.
What do you think, Says? What's the song you'd put on?
Totally Nick Jonas. Jealous.
What?
Is it the rhythm?
Yeah.
Oh, look at her.
Jealous? Yeah, but you don't want to...
Something's like hello, hooking up.
You don't want the word jealous when you've got someone back at your house.
It's not deep diving on the lyrics. It's just the vibe.
It's not really a romantic song.
No, it sort of gives you that sense, like that idea of grinding.
But that would
doesn't
be
it?
like, let's go and do it. We're at a party. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're at a party. Like,
That's what I mean, though, like dance floor.
I'm sort of stuck on the word grinding that you went for. Leno, you have
On a dance floor.
quite the song or playlist that you put on for good old, poor old Jade.
This is actually a disaster that happened pre-Jade. And I thought like a nice tropical...
Yeah, was this a girl in the FBI?
Let's just say
was she a spy?
Was it your cousin in the circus?
She was a 10 and I was a 6. Anyway, I thought a bit of, Colby Calais.
Yeah.
Good.
Great song.
So I put this on, like, the whole sort of album. The disaster came when I have a really eclectic playlist.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of
Blink-182.
And when this finished, it went to one of my more heavier.
Oh, so did you change?
And it was... what is this?
No.
Quite a bit of Simple Plan.
And that was it.
That was done.
She was out.
She was out.
Never again. Poor Leno learns the hard way as he's lying in bed.
Mish, have you got...
T-shirt.
Let's ask Michelle.
Michelle. She's wearing a band T-shirt today.
Michelle loves her music.
Huge fan of a festival.
I mean, is there any intimate music that you like to have in the bedroom?
Oh, look, it used to be like... Ages ago, it used to be Ben Harper.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Because I love a bit of Ben Harper. But now I like a bit of hip-hop, a bit of R&B, get dirty with it, you know?
See? There you go.
Yeah.
Have you got Still Dre in the system or
beat.
something?
It's the beat. You need a beat to rock out to.
Would you ever put on Kanye? Something like that?
No, walking into the bedroom like this.
Yeah, more like this, throwing it down.
Oh, my God. When Michelle comes in and this is pumping. Get out now. That is awesome. That is awesome. Tommy, I'd love to see you do that, just in your T-shirt.
Yeah, no one wants to see
Tom
that.
keeps his T-shirt on when he
all right, mate.
does it.
Let's go to Harry in St Mary's. Harry, save me, please.
What song, Harry?
It's Switch Places by Usher.
Oh,
okay.
Switch Places by Usher.
Got that in the system?
Always been an Usher fan, Harry?
Not really, but these songs really get the missus going.
It's just, I would suggest 9 times out of 10 you're not there for it, Harry. That's not fair. We don't have it in the system, Harry. Thank God. What's this?
Let it burn.
Well, he gave everyone an STI, didn't he?
He did give a few people STIs, yes.
Had a song, Let It Burn.
Okay.
What did your parents do to teach you a lesson? That's what we're asking you this morning. Get involved, 13 24 10. A dad has confessed that he was so sick of his daughter leaving her bike in her car after she'd been for a bike ride that when she was asleep one night, he took it out and he gave it to a mate and said that it was stolen. Just to teach her a lesson.
So then she would have had to save up to buy another bike.
Well,
do the yards, learn the lesson.
There was a flood of tears. She was obviously very upset, and Dad came out and said, "Here's your bike, but I had to teach you a lesson."
Oh, God. One time, Mum said, "That's it. If you don't stop arguing, I'm out of here." And we kept arguing. And she said, "I'll see you later," and walked out of the house. We were in tears trying to work out where Mum had gone.
To her other family?
No, she only has the one family.
Okay.
She was hiding around the side of the house, and I rang Dad. Dad? Mum's left.
What a dibber-dubber.
He said, "What do you mean?" She caught me. I said, "No, she's left us." And then she walked through the kitchen door. Put the phone down.
Yeah, got you.
Oh, God, you bloody taught us a lesson.
Well, I remember Dad used to play
hurts.
Super Rules footy, which is over 35s football. And he was like into his 40s. And after the game one day at Ranella Oval, my mates and I, early teenagers, we went down and we were smoking our pints, menthol durries.
Gross.
And I didn't know that the game had finished and they had already had presentations and Dad had been yelling out to me for an hour. And I was right down the Onkaparinga River. I was pretty far away from
I know
the
the
oval.
spot, yep.
So Dad left, went. He said, "No,
he'd have been
stuff you. If you're
terrified.
not here." He left, went home, had dinner with Mum.
Left you there?
Left me there for 3 hours. It got dark. I'm just walking around the oval going, Dad. And then I saw the lights come into the oval. He finally come back.
Gee, your breath was fresh, though,
you
with the
decide
Alpines.
to come back now? Oh, yeah, no, I had to wash my mouth out massively because if Dad smelt the darts on me, I was gone.
Normally, your mum and dad just remove something. Dad used to do that to me. I'll take your footy.
Yeah.
So the football would be gone for a week. Or something else.
Emily and Ryde, what lengths did your parents go to, Em?
Well, I was being pretty annoying, and my mum left me on the side of the road to walk home. I walked about 3 kilometres, but I milked it, so I ensured that it took about 2 hours.
Yeah, good work.
Okay. You know, that was the threat. How many times were you given that threat? I will pull over and you will get out here and walk home.
You would do your own thing.
Oh, my God.
Phil in DY, what lengths did your parents go to?
G'day, legends. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, Phil.
That's the way. Hey, listen, look, when I was younger, mate, my sister was being a real B word towards my dad, and she called her called him everything under the sun. It was coming to her birthday, and he got her these ripper tickets for Pink. She'd never been to a live performance of it before.
Yeah.
She heard a bit of word that she's going to go, but she was in this foul mood. She called him everything under the sun. He goes, "Oh, well, if you're going to call me that, then I'm going to act like that, right?" And he comes straight up to me in front of my girlfriend at the time with my sister watching and goes, "Mate, would you like to go see Pink with your girlfriend, mate?"
Yes.
And she's like, "Oh," and he goes, "Don't even think about giving it back to your sister on the sly. I find out, mate, I'll rip them up. I'll cancel the line, mate. That's it. That's the final word. She's not bloody going. That's it." Right? And she looked at me like,
wow,
seriously baggers.
Pink
And I was
tickets,
like, well, we'll get them going to Pink.
We're going to Pink.
Oh, my God.
I think that was the tour where she played 50-odd.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty
tough to get tickets.
Pretty confident you could have got tickets at
I
another.
did make it up to her later. I took her to her first concert and she went and watched Prodigy with me, mate.
Oh,
jeez.
Filthy. Well done, mate. Well done. Cherie's giving us a call from Erskine Park. Parents, discipline. What do they do?
Hi guys, hi Sarah.
Morning.
Hey, Shiz.
Morning. Well, my mum, I used to play Fitzy like you. I played state rep netball, state championship netball, and back in the day when I was in high school, I thought I'd be funny going around with girls and cheek school, go to Fitzy Beach, as you do.
Yeah.
And my parent made me miss a grand final netball. She made me go watch my team play and made me sit on the sideline and not play it and told the whole team what I had done.
Oh, that is brutal.
That's punishment, isn't it?
Yes, it was. I didn't jig school again, let me tell you.
Cherie, so you learnt from the punishment, though? You learnt your lesson.
I did. And I said to my kids, I've got 3 boys now, and I said, don't try anything. Mum's got all the books in.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
That just reminded me, because I got caught taking some shrapnel out of Dad's wallet.
Oh, yep.
He busted me. He said, "You're not going to Stephen Atkins' birthday party," which was a sleepover, Sarah, and I was so excited for it. I was shattered. Just to rub it in, Dad said, "Jump in the car" on the night of the sleepover, and we drove past their house, and they were all playing basketball in the front yard. And he drove past, going, "That's what you've missed out on."
Thanks, Mick.
Awesome.
And then made a photo album of all the highlights of the party and gave it to you for your birthday.
Kathy in Como,
Oh.
what lengths did your parents go to?
My parents went to the extreme. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning, Kath.
I got caught smoking. I didn't get caught. They found the cigarettes. When I was about 13 or 14, they made me smoke the entire packet in front of them.
I've heard about that, Kathy.
Were you crook, Kath?
Sick as a dog.
Oh.
Never
Yeah.
smoked again.
I always heard about that as a technique that parents would do to
Yeah.
kids if they caught them smoking, and it did work, did it?
Yeah, it totally worked. Never touched it again.
Imagine if you smashed the whole carton of Durries like a boss, and at the end of it, you're just on that last one, just looking at Mum and Dad going,
"What else you got
well,
for
that was
me?"
a good sesh.
Hey, you're not going to believe it. I've been drinking whiskey as well. Going to make me drink the whole bottle?
Thanks for that. Who's up for the next packet of Horizons?
All right, let's go to the pokies.
Still getting a lot of calls on punishments from your parents. What lengths did they go to teach you a lesson? Georgina's given us a call from Penrith. Hi, Georgina.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah, good, love. What lengths did your parents go to?
Well, when I was younger, I think I was about 7 or 8, I ate my cousin's stolen chewing gum and I knew it was stolen, and my mum found out, and I had to go to confession, and I had to say 100 Hail Marys and 100 Our Fathers.
Oh, my God. So you had to sit in the confessional booth and say that?
Yeah.
Hail Mary, Hail Mary. How do you keep count of that?
Oh, it's just like it's the whole Hail Mary full of grace. Like, it's a full prayer. And I had to do like 100 of each. And I have never stolen a thing ever again.
You are now forgiven.
That's a good lesson.
Isn't it?
Going in there, I suppose confession, but I've always wondered.
Has anyone ever been in there?
No.
Anyone been to a confession?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you would have been there for hours.
No, we did it at school, and I think I apologised. I didn't know what to confess, so I just said sorry for swearing. So I just said I say some bad words some of the time.
Right.
I say, shit and all that
yeah.
stuff. I didn't know if I need to repeat them for the
Did you have to say Hail Marys?
Yeah. You got to say 3 Hail Marys, 3 Our Fathers, and
you went, that's fun.
Yeah.
It was weird that your dad had done 8 hours in there prior to you, starting with you.
With one of the nuns.
Brian was the priest at the time.
Veronica, welcome to the show. What lengths did you get your parents go to for punishment? Hi, Veronica.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
What's your story?
my son was about 6 to 7 years old, and he had this worst habit of hanging out the back seat of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd open the car and fling his head outside of the car whilst the car was driving.
Oh, my God. Child lock, yep.
What'd you do, Veronica?
We always had the child lock on it, but before he'd get in the car, he'd go and
flip it,
unlock it, flip it, and get in the car. And no sooner will be driving that he'd hang out the car. So I said to him, I'm going to take you to the police station. He's like, ha. So I took him to the police station. I got down, spoke to the constable in charge at the
4
time.
years.
And he said, and he said to me, why don't you bring him in and just walk away and come back in about 10, 15 minutes. And I went, I don't know if I could do that.
Do it.
They're like, no, just do it and we'll take care of him. I said, okay, no worries. So got him out of the car and he was bawling his eyes out and shaking and crying, no, mummy, I won't do it anymore. Took him to the police station. They took him around the back and showed him the police station, showed him where they put everyone away and what it could do to him.
Wow.
And called me 15 minutes later and said, right, your son's ready to be picked up.
You had to pay bail.
And now he's in Goulburn Supermax.
He loved it so much.
Hey, that's not always going to happen for parents out there, but great by the cops.
If it's serious enough, then, good on the police for playing along.
Veronica in Warriewood, what lengths did you go to punish your son?
That was Veronica, wasn't it?
Oh, I think we just
yeah,
lost
we
one.
just
Sorry, Veronica.
I'm so sorry.
Anne.
Anne in Dural.
Annie.
Yeah, so my dad, my sisters and I went to Macca's without telling our dad when we were in high school, and when we got home, he smashed our phone with a hammer because he said we don't know how to use it. Read the message properly.
Okay. It must be broken because you haven't been answering it.
Yeah.
So I'll get rid of it.
I've been trying to ring you guys. Yeah, our phone. Where's your phone gone?
That's weird. It went straight to message bank each time.
I only just realised. With Fitzy and Whipper.
So you know the subway font?
Yeah.
And the S has got an arrow down the bottom of it.
That's right.
And the Y at the end's got an arrow going out. I didn't know this, but that represents a customer entering the restaurant with the S and the arrow, and then your speedy exit. You get your sandwich really quickly, and then the arrow on the Y is your speedy exit after you get your foot long.
Right, so you come in on there.
I mean, it's not much. There's an explanation to it, but I just didn't know that.
Did you know that?
Why do we need arrows on the subway logo?
Really good question. The word alarm comes from all arm, meaning to arms or grab your weapons. How's that?
Well, that fits with the meaning of it. That's a good one.
Don't grab your weapons if you hear your alarm go off.
I feel like grabbing a weapon at that time of the morning at 4:30 when mine goes off.
You should.
Anna in Wollongong, what have you only just realised, Anna?
I only just realised that the lines on the back of the Mini Coupe aren't just random brake lights. They actually make up the Union Jack.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah.
So when you brake on a Mini Cooper, these are the new ones, Anna, aren't they?
Yeah, and I guess each quarter makes up the Union Jack or when put together.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's clever.
I mean, what car? I mean, Holden's really gone now, isn't it? But what Australian car could you have the Southern Cross on when you brake?
That's pretty sporadic if they're all stars
It's all
everywhere.
over the shop.
Holden was our only thing, wasn't it?
Rita in Narrabeen, what have you only just realised?
Oh, that beef comes from a cow.
Okay.
Where did you think it came from?
Beef.
Oh, what, you thought there was an animal called beef?
Yeah, well, chicken comes from chickens, lamb comes from lamb, pork comes from pig.
It's a great point.
Beef.
And so do you remember ever seeing a beef?
I'm a vegetarian.
Okay, that's okay.
Bacon must really undo you, let alone Devon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't eat any of that, but never knew that beef came from a cow.
Where do mung beans come from, Rita?
Beans.
There you go.
Yeah, from good work,
gear.
Rita.
Love the chat.
Ask her where a hot dog comes from.
Yeah, love bean chat.
Doris in Greystanes, what have you only just realised, Doris?
Oh, good morning, guys. Yeah, I always thought kindergarten was spelt with a D and not a T. I thought it was like kindergarten.
It's a German word, isn't it? For kids in the garden.
Hang on, it is a D or it's not a D?
No.
It's a T.
No, it's a D.
It's a D, Doris.
No, it's a G. Kindergarten.
No, it's a T.
No,
Where's the T?
hang on, we're all arguing
No,
about the
it's
different letter
T,
space.
Hang on, I'll jump on
No, she's
Wordle.
saying the K-I-N-D.
It's K-I-N-D.
Kindergarten.
She's saying K-I-N-T.
Yeah, kindergarten is what
No,
she's saying.
kind.
Yeah,
Kindergarten. T-E-N.
Yeah.
Oh,
you thought it was Den.
I thought it was garden.
Oh, I was like, wow, I got it wrong too.
This is really
Yeah.
confusing.
Oh
this
my God,
morning.
kindergarten. Write that down, guys. Take it to work. Tell your friends and family.
Bridget in Castle Hill, what did you only just realise?
I didn't realise that actually the show 60 Minutes went for 60 minutes.
Okay. Well, there was a relatable one in the studio this morning. Tom, your wife Inga had some confusion.
It's Inga. She just did an F45 class and told me that the class would last 45 minutes.
Amazing.
She had to ask the instructor how long the class would go for.
Didn't feel silly?
Nope.
Nah. Safe zone.
Melanie in Woodford, what did you only just realise?
Yeah, hi guys. I'd only just realised that elbow grease doesn't mean that people only go get a product of elbow grease.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's
just
the
a bit of hard
effort, isn't
labour.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You didn't go to
Very
Bunnings
nice.
and ask for a can of elbow grease, did you?
No, thankfully I didn't, but I just think that other people went and got it.
Good on you, Mel. Couple of stinkers there, says, but a few good ones.
There was.
Some were on the nose, but that happens on a Friday.
Tough week, this one.
You'll get that. What do you want to do?
I think we're going to go with the beef comes from beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Rita!
One for the
Fitzy, I could have
vegans.
picked anyone and you would have said I was off.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Fair call.
All right, you have one. Rita, was it? You have one a meat tray, Rita. Right, all the beef you could ever imagine.
You've won a couple of cute little beefs to have in your backyard.
Rita, 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 Try and get through that. If you're singing along in the car, you'll be out of breath, kids. I am stuffed. We welcome Michelle to play along if you would like to be part of Riddle Time, replacing
yes.
Matt Groot, who is normally in charge of the scoreboard because he doesn't contribute much more to this. Thomas Brian Ivy, we're streaming live on the Fitzy and Whipper Facebook page.
Yeah, ready to go. Shout out to Pandemic Pete, who's watching. He says morning blisters, which I think is a nickname for you, Whip, which is one that we've had before. It's the blister.
Full of pus or...
No, it turns up after the hard work is done.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I'll remind everyone Pete hasn't been in the office for 3 days, so thanks for tuning in. I hope Cutlets, the dog, is okay.
Yeah, can't
Yeah,
wait
he
to
had
see.
a birthday.
Cutlets did?
Yeah, Pete showed us the birthday cake.
Really? Oh, that was a great
No, what was
celebration.
your nickname? You were backpack.
Why is that?
Because you're full of crap and we got to carry you around everywhere.
What a pity. Let's move on. I would have stuck with Blister. Okay, here we go. The first riddle for this morning. 13 24 10 if you want to get involved. Hang on a minute. A call's come through. Mandy and Mascot, welcome to the show.
Morning, gang. How are we?
Pretty good, Mandy.
Mandy.
All right, you got a riddle.
I've got a riddle. Ready?
Yep.
I am a bird, I am a fruit, and I am a person. What am I?
Bird?
It's a type of bird, is it?
Fruit?
A type of bird, Mandy.
Yeah. And
Raven.
Is there a mango bird?
Rosella.
Is there a magpie fruit? Dragonfly? Dragon?
What about like a budgie or
Budgie, is that a fruit?
a quail? Or...
Oh, Mandy. Stumped us early.
bird, a fruit, and a person.
Linda has it, I think, on Facebook. Kiwi.
Oh, Linda's
That's a good one.
Yes.
Well done.
That is
Sarah.
good, Mandy.
No worries,
Prize is
Mandy.
in the post, Mandy.
prize in the purse, guys.
All right, love you, Mandy. Have a great weekend. Let's get on to these riddles, guys. There is a sport, and it begins with T. Only has 4 letters and is played all around the world. What is it? What is it?
T begins with T.
Golf.
Sarah Ann McGilvray.
Begins with a T.
It begins with a T. She is on. Well done, Sarah. This takes out the first official riddle. What about this one? To enter, you have to pick the right key. I'm not a room, but you can unlock me. What am I?
Oh, it's a musical note.
No, it's not, Tom.
Okay.
Thank you for your participation and your ears this morning.
Thank you for my ears.
I hate myself.
Say it again.
Sure, Sarah. Thank you much for the so much for the opportunity to share. To enter, you have to pick the right key. I'm not a room, but you can unlock me. What am I? You're overthinking
It's not
it.
a heart, is it?
Padlock?
No, it's not a heart. It's not a padlock. To enter, you have to pick the right key.
Jason. on
It's not
Facebook.
Colby from Jason, is
It's
it?
No, it's not Colby. Oh, I don't know if he has Facebook.
my
Jason says piano.
No, it's not. Good thinking. It also has keys. What else has keys?
I Emma says
computer.
Oh, Sarah and Emma! Oh, my God. It's a keyboard, guys. That's how you unlock your computer. Very simple. That is the art of the riddle. Got one more here for you, kids. I don't know what's happened to Big Tony. Has anyone heard from Big Tony lately? Normally he's hot on the phone about now.
He spat the dummy because he didn't win traffic day.
Well, that's true. He was trying to find love, and unfortunately, after 3 attempts, still a broken heart for Tony. Maybe we organise something for Valentine's Day, Tommy, for Big Tony?
It's a great idea. Why don't we do that on Monday? Traffic dating with Tony.
Last riddle. I cover what is real and hide what is true, but sometimes I bring out the courage in you. What am I?
Alcohol.
No.
Oh, clever.
Says you don't need alcohol to find courage. You're beautiful the way you
I
are.
wasn't taking it well. Personal
Be the
experience.
person you are without carrying around that bottle of gin.
Hey, Tony Robbins, knock it off and read the riddle.
Sorry, I have. I cover what is real and hide what is true, but sometimes I bring out the courage in you. What am I?
It's not a book, is it?
It's not a book, Tom.
Brandon on Facebook says makeup.
Brandon, well done. You failed. Brandon.
These are on fire. Getting rid of it.
How good is that? Great job. Can we just tick this off, Tommy? Because in the studio we have a bit of a Wordle competition every morning. I'm not going to give away what today's is, but Wordle in the news this morning, Tom.
Oh, yeah. This it's a breaking story. This man crept into this woman's house and held her hostage, and no one knew that she was being held hostage, that the alarm was raised for her when she didn't post her daily Wordle.
Okay.
What, and her friends went, something must be wrong.
And then the cops went around and then found a man holding her hostage.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Saved her.
Wordle life.
Wordle life.
Bad.
Her new nickname is Wordle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking workplace nicknames all
Segue.
week. People are so creative. This has just been... Thank you for everyone for getting involved as well. I mean, we've been getting quite a few text messages. Chris said we've got someone on the work site called the Broken Arrow because he won't work and you can't fire him. There's cordless, charges up all night, only works for 2 hours. I do love, on the work site, there's always a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
And he's known as Worm because all the birds are after him.
Oh,
Great.
that's cute.
All right.
Benny in Gladesville, what's the work site nickname, Ben?
We called him the lawnmower
Why is that?
because he used to cut all our grass.
That sort of guy, was he, Benny?
Yep.
No one needs that, mate.
Do not want to be known as the lawnmower on the work site. Margaret in Kellyville, workplace nickname.
Hi, there's actually 2 of them. My husband was a truck driver, and the first one was Stagecoach because he was always held up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And the second guy was called Clothesline because he was always hanging out for overtime.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Margaret.
This is so good.
Bob in Quakers Hill. Hello.
How you going?
Need your nickname?
Dashlight,
Why Dashlight?
because I wasn't bright enough to be a headlight.
Very good, Rob.
It's
Very
really
good.
Dan in Miranda, what's the work site nickname?
Morning, lads. Worked with a guy who had a lazy eye, and I couldn't work it out for a while, but they called him Home Loan.
Home loan?
One eye was fixed and one eye was variable.
Oh,
Okay.
that's rough.
Okay, the old home loan. Good work, Dan. There's a couple of people saying, God, I've got a lazy eye. I hope no one's listening right now and picks up on that.
The poor bloke probably had no idea why he was called Home Loan as well. Luke in Liverpool, what's the work site nickname?
Hey, what's up, guys? We used to call a fella Singlet because he was always on your back.
Yeah, okay. couldn't flick him, Lukey.
Yep.
These have been so good. Thank you to everyone who has contributed for this.
Are we handing out whiskey or gin for one of these this morning, Saz? I mean, there's a fair bit of...
Well, why don't you pick it, Fitz, seeing as you get very passionate about it?
From our callers just today, thank you very much. A bottle of Frisky and whiskey, which is worth about $200. I really liked Rob from Quakers Hill, Dashlight, not bright enough to be a headlight.
There you go, Rob. You got a bottle of Frisky and whiskey.
I got a smile on my face.
That's nice.
Until Snitchy walks into the studio
Hey,
every
Snitch.
Friday, right at the end of the show. It's recap of the week.
The show started on Monday in a really nice, positive way.
I love you.
I love you too, Mike.
Love you, Ryan.
No, mate.
Oh,
And it really shows just how close this team is.
I love you, Tom.
All the best.
Oh, man. Hey, Leno. Love you, buddy.
Thanks.
No surprises who was falling over themselves to respond to him.
Hey, man.
Great response.
Love you, mate.
I love you, Mike.
Water kiss ass.
Front row to Groot.
And since you didn't say it to me, Whipper, I guess I'll just have to edit it together and make it seem like you did.
I love you, Snitchy.
That actually means a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's weird.
He did finally get Fitzy across the line, though.
I'll just go back to where I started. Love you, mate. Still nothing.
Ditto.
Best you're going to get.
Let's move on.
With the Winter Olympics underway, Whipper has become our Winter Olympics facts man. He's the facts man!
I was talking to the kids last night about the Winter Olympics. I said, you've got to see the ski jump. Do you guys know how far they jump? 250 metres. Flying through the air for 250 metres.
But when we got Matt Shevington on the show this week...
On the ski jump, they jump over 250 metres.
That is so wrong.
It turns out they were more alternative facts.
They're 250 metres high.
Yeah.
They come in at 100 k's an hour and they jump just over 100 metres.
He's been saying it all week.
Which is strange, because Whipper is usually so accurate with his facts.
Humans will swallow 8 spiders each year. That's nearly 1 a month, if you consider an 8-month year.
Hey, guess what we're doing next week, guys? Sending spaghetti into space. Oh, did you want some kind of context to that, did you?
Dad's recipe for his famous tomato spaghetti.
I'm a fan.
9 out of 10 for me.
That's a good result.
You've got to launch it up to the edge of space.
I don't think anybody's launched a bowl of spaghetti into space. This is great. 15 kilometres higher than a plane flies. And they said to us at the start of the year, got any ideas? I didn't think we'd be sending spaghetti into space, mate.
They even got Matt Preston to critique the spaghetti.
I did feel it was lacking. Like, there was no bacon, no prawns.
No. Oh, sorry, I used the wrong bit there.
There's something that you can point out to us?
You mean other than the profound disappointment of a father for his son?
What do you mean?
Oh, no, that one's wrong too.
It's delicious, it's tomatoey, but it was very nice.
That's the right edits. It also would have been great if we'd got him saying it was out of this world. You know, it would have tied in nicely to the space thing, but he kind of struggled with it.
It's an out of the world side dish. It's an out of the world.
Out of this world, yeah.
It's almost like he didn't believe it.
Quote Matt Preston.
And while he wasn't quoting Matt Preston, Whipper was trying to get his own quotes onto the show.
New statement that I'd like to build into the show. Win the Wednesday, win the week.
They were also incorrect.
No, it's seize the morning, mate, seize the day.
I hate to pull you up there, Fitz, but it's actually win the morning, win the day. So you're both wrong.
That could be any day.
He did follow it up with one on Thursday, though.
Let's thrash it out on a Thursday. Is that what we normally go with Thursdays?
No.
Thrash it Thursdays? Can we from now on? Oh, my God.
Oh, you're not thrashing it.
All right, everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
Get him a wrap.
Fitzy mentioned this week that he was getting a nice artwork for a friend's birthday.
It would be something that the family would love forever.
Let's not mention how much the artwork is.
Now, the art's around $5,000.
Relatable. But I guess at least he's not paying $80,000 for this.
Sarah Ward, she's received $80,000. She lies on her side on stage and she has the Prime Minister's face painted onto her bottom. And then, of course, the bottom can talk. It's called Scat Morrison.
Sold.
I obviously don't agree with it.
This week brought us one of our favourite phone topics of all time.
I love this so much. Nicknames on the work site and get involved.
I had a guy called Two Stroke because he was hard to get started of a morning and he was always smoking.
Awesome.
Hubcap.
Why hubcap?
He thought he was a big wheel, but it was just a shiny cover-up. Sensor light.
Why sensor light?
He only worked when someone walked past.
We also got a couple of, ironically, not safe for work ones.
We call him Opium because he's a slow-working dope. We've got one bloke in the workshop, his nickname's Foreskin because he disappears when it gets hard.
And of course, the man of the people himself, Fitzy, had a couple of his own.
Mate that I used to work with, Dave, had a tick and his arms would go above his head.
Okay. Yep.
So they used to call him Mexican Dave.
Oh, dear.
Harvey Norman's a good one. Mm-hmm. For 3 years, he's had no interest. They had to get rid of Paul Penguin.
Mm-hmm. What happened there?
He was always on the ice, Paul Penguin.
Host of the 100, Andy Lee, joined us this week.
Andy Lee joins us right now.
Hello, lads and lass.
And he threw a cheeky question in for Sarah and Fitzy.
During the pandemic, what percentage of renters hooked up with their housemate because they couldn't get out and about?
And their responses were rather telling.
I think this would be high. I'm going to say 85%.
I reckon the same.
85? 16%. I wish I lived with Sarah back in the day. Sarah. Don't look at the news, but there's another spot lockdown. I promise.
And that's not that surprising given how filthy Sarah's been this week.
Big John's tomato spaghetti.
Big John.
Yeah, Big John's tomato
Big
spaghetti.
John sauce.
Sarah.
Big John. Yeah.
What's that?
Wipe that off your face.
Okay.
Yeah, we usually leave that for off-air, Sarah.
Thick and big.
Sarah, what did I just say?
Get your knocks out.
Don't make me cut you off, Sarah.
I said I
Cleared.
That's too much.
No.
It's too much. What should I do, Robert Irwin?
Go bail, bail, bail. Bail, bail, bail.
Good idea. See you guys next week.
Go bail, bail, bail. Bail, bail, bail.
Oh, Sarah McGill.
That is just...
There was some beach
mate.
placed in a very ordinary sentence.
You have had a rude and crude week. I don't know what's in
Sorry.
your system.
She's tough going home to
Get
the
it
family
out.
today, Sarah.
No, it's not.
Hey, thank you very much, Snitch. You're a really good bloke.
Great job, Snitchy. Off
Hey.
you go, mate. Have a good weekend.
Should we get Georgie in?
The G
Do you
train.
want sure?
Did you?
Oh, Cher's
Hang
got
on,
a
before
version.
you play the Golden Girls, did you see that article?
About Georgie.
No, about what the other castmates used to say to Betty White. None of them liked her.
What do you mean?
Well, I can't, now that Snitch records all the bad things I said. They used
What
to
did they
call
say?
her a
B-I-T-C-H.
no, much worse. Think of a word.
A
that-
C word.
Yeah, but put an F word in front of
A
it.
creep.
Was she notoriously...
No, they just two of the other women
Oh,
were
my
quite
gosh.
What,
nasty.
Estelle Getty, the
Yeah,
old woman?
no,
Really?
no, the other two.
They would call her a funky creep. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I didn't know Betty
I know,
White
it's
was.
a real spin on it.
We're pushing... Georgie's having a week off.
Got Cher coming in, do we?
Cher has sung the Golden Girls theme.
Here she is. Cher, come into the studio.
She liked Betty White.
Thank you for being a friend. Come on, Cher.
Travel down the road and back again.
All right, mate.
Don't ruin it.
It's true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Come on, Cher.
And if you do a party,
All right, next week.
and invited everyone you do.
We've got Mark Wahlberg on the show. The boys from Peking Dut, Adam and Ruben coming on. Matt Horton's coming in for wrap-up of the week. And we go to space next Thursday, Muswellbrook. Spaghetti goes up. Good luck. Enjoy your weekend. Speak to you Monday.
Fitzy and Whipper.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.